this episode of Tales to the Table. Tales to the Table is done. It's finished. It's over. There will never be another episode of this podcast again because we're rebranding. Rebrand to You're Asking the Wrong Guys. That may sound familiar. That's one of our existing segments. But we realized that that's pretty much all we do is give our opinions on stuff. So we're going to change the podcast name. There's a couple reasons for that. Like I just mentioned, we don't really tell stories anymore, which is what the podcast started out as. We mostly debate things or give our opinions on things, and you're asking the wrong guys. We also, most people think
we'll still share the occasional story, though.
Yes, we'll still tell this occasional story on the other podcast, but that won't be the focus of the podcast.
There's no new rules. This is just a rebranding.
Okay, it sounds like he's giving me rules. It sounds like he's giving me that old word he likes to say, parameters. That's what it sounds like.
Nothing really will change but the name and the quality of the episode. So we already discussed what I was going to go through and just interrupted it. So we'll just, like typical Tales of the Table fashion, two of the members.
You got to go out burning, Matthew. Burn the building down on your way out.
So the other reason is that most people think that we are a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. There are multiple podcasts called Tales at the Table, Tales from the Table, and so on and so forth that are Dungeons and Dragons podcasts. No offense to Dungeons and Dragons podcasts, but that's not what we are. So it's harder for us to grow because people think we're that when they find us on the internet, and they don't like it. We're also going to provide us more direction, and we're going to improve the podcast. So our goals for YAWG, we're going to be more consistent. We're going to have a schedule which we record, which we tried to do that for this podcast, and two of us were in grad school for the majority of it. One of us is having a baby. The other one, I don't know what he does with his free time. Amber is going to try and learn how to do Premiere Pro stuff to have our higher quality YouTube videos so we can provide more quality for our audience and hopefully grow the podcast even more. We appreciate all the listeners that we've had on Tales of the Table, and like I said, nothing's really going to change. It's just going to get better. So to end Tales of the Table.
Hold on, Matthew. Before you end, I got something to say. Matthew, doesn't it just go through this with me? Whenever Bowen, we're like doing a plan, and Bowen kind of says maybe, or he's like, I don't know, I'll think about it. Doesn't that kind of just make you a little angry? Because like, what could Bowen possibly be having? Like, he's not married. I got a child on the way. He's a single man that lives by himself. What could he possibly have going on? But I feel like that's always his answer. Even before me and you, he's like, I'll see what I can do.
Here's what Bowen does.
See what I can do.
He goes to work. He gets off work. His grocery store is your laundry. He's always at the grocery store.
Kroger's right there.
He doesn't go for because it's right next to him. He just gets whatever he wants for that next day, and then it's like a routine.
And then I'm like, crap, why didn't I write this down?
Honestly, I put a load of laundry in right before we did the podcast. I bet Bowen was at Kroger.
You're going to have an astronomical laundry bill when you have a baby. Because you're going to wash it every time they soil it. You're just going to throw it in the washer, and you're just going to...
I mean, that's literally what you do.
You wait till you have a full load of laundry to do laundry.
No, you said every time they soil
every time you change your baby's clothes,
still have washed
they
it.
slobber on it.
Yeah, you don't do one load for one.
There's a little slobber on it.
Okay, Matthew, you're going to sit around with poop?
No, I didn't say that.
You're going to sit around with poop?
They have diapers on.
Matthew sits around with poop. He said it. It's been said. We are going out. We're going out. Matthew sits around.
On the new
poop.
podcast, I will not. So we're also going to have
New Year's resolution.
before we. I'm going to get my setup better, and then like I said, going to edit the podcast better. So to end Tales of the Table, to give it one last hurrah, we're going to go through our top 5 moments. Was the original plan, but we only got 7 suggestions, so we're just going to do the top 7. So this is going to work. I was going to try and do video so it'd go on YouTube, but a lot of these were before video that we got suggested for us. So I'm just going to start with the first one, see if this works. It is from the episode Paul Gets Beat Up by Mike Tyson.
No, it was on tax.
You said you were going safe with 9. That's not safe. What if he just like gets a one little lucky hit?
Did you even make your decision yet?
What? Yeah, safe is 1 year old.
You're going to beat up a baby in front of national television
For $1 million? So
that thing go to jail, man.
it's sanctioned. It's sanctioned.
Yeah, bail is going to at least $300,000-$400,000.
You don't have to beat up a baby. I can just like
When do we know that? When do you that you beat that baby?
Just like,
I would like to know.
I just roll it out of the ring.
You change his diaper. And you're like, I have now trained
I
you.
place it gently on the ground outside the ring. $1 million. I can probably do that too. When can babies walk?
Listen to this though. Listen to this though. But here's what's funny is like, what if Matthew he goes baby, and Matthew just picks him up and slings him out of the ring.
He does that Undertaker.
No, if you're going that route, I would go at least 5. I'm 100% confident that I would destroy a 5.
But at what point is it like embarrassing if you fight versus like up to a certain 1 year old? I can win the fight without beating him up. I could just pick him up and put a ring and I win. But if he's 5, he's not going to only pick him up and put him outside. He's going to fight back.
Man, you can't bring morals into this.
So then you got to knock out a 5-year-old.
You can't bring morals into
Have you never
fighting.
picked up a 5-year-old? They're very light.
Yeah, but
5 years old is not light.
gonna kick
It's
you.
all-
My sister is 9. Shout out to Monty if you're listening. And I pick her up all the time.
But that's not my. That was number 7. My commentary on that is my logic was, if you beat up a little kid like a 7-year-old, that's pretty embarrassing. But if you just pick up a baby and set him outside the ring gently, and you get a cool $1 million, $2 million, that's not embarrassing, and you get millions of dollars.
My commentary on it would be
That's not how you win a boxing
that
match.
When I'm laughing too much, I can't tell a good story at the same time. That's my commentary.
Yeah, Matthew, it's a boxing match. That's not how boxing matches work. You
Yeah,
got
but
to KO this baby, or something's got to happen. Okay, that's why you do like a 12 or 11. I don't even know what I said, but we've all wanted to hit a 12-year-old. I mean, just for like mouthing off, being too loud at the grocery store. You just want to go stop, but you don't, obviously.
that's
but if it's an arena, it's not that embarrassing. You're having to punch a baby.
Number 6 on our countdown is from our first episode, Kitty in the Box, and the moment is Boone can't pronounce Schrodinger.
Is it actually called like Schrodinger's cat?
Yes, it's called Schrodinger's
That's the
cat.
name of the
There's no
theory.
L in Schrodinger.
So there's no Schrolingen,
Yes.
not Schrolinger.
Schrodinger.
Schrodinger.
Like you're hitting dingers.
Like that
Like
guy,
I'm
that
hitting
little kid
dingers.
in
Yeah,
Little League Baseball, he's like, my name's Big Mike, and I hit dingers.
Okay,
like
so
that.
Schrodinger.
No,
No,
Schro.
Schro.
Schrodingerer.
Okay, let me try one more time. Schrodinger.
Schrodinger.
Okay, that
But you're
sounded
putting
good.
an emphasis on ding, and that's not what it is.
You just told me all this stuff about dinging and all the dongs and dinging. you said dingers, and I was like, okay, so
Schrodinger's cat.
Because you were saying Schrodinger's.
let me hear you say it. Let me hear
Schrodinger's cat.
it. Schrodinger.
No, Schrodinger's cat.
Schrodinger.
You added an
Just-
L. You
let's
added the
go.
L
Let-
again.
My thoughts on that. There was another point in the episode where you said it wrong again, and you're like, it's not funny because I can't really pronounce it, but I couldn't find it for some reason. That was number 7. You got any thoughts on that?
It
guys?
was funny. I remember saying if you added, because you were doing actually well fighting it, but then I was like, if you add another L in his name, I'm gonna have to take a point away. I remember saying
Yeah, that one was harder because there was that was the whole episode basically, but that's where it started off. That was so the first one, Paul gets beat up by Mike Tyson, was submitted by Bowen's dad, and number 6 was submitted by Amber and my mom. You got any thoughts, Boone, on
Shout
that?
out. About your mom and Amber.
My only thought is that
No.
you tried to correct me saying that I'm putting emphasis on the D when we literally heard the first 2 minutes that y'all were talking about dingers.
Because you were putting an L. We had the same exact conversation on the podcast.
It what just didn't mind boggles me. Okay, is that I literally go in saying the exact word that you guys said, and then you're like, no.
No, you were
That's
saying
your
Schrodinger,
response.
and we were like, no, Schrodinger, but you don't pronounce it ding. It's just Schrodinger. And you were going Schrodinger.
You
You
just
either
did it.
going Schrodinger or Schrodinger, and it's Schrodinger.
Listen, I don't know. I'm glad that that's over. Let's put it that way. That I've defeated Schrodingy, and we're moving on.
Okay. Our top 5,
You
number
just
5
whisper
moment.
into the mic and say my legs cramp.
Our top
Matthew's
5
literally
moment
got a Charlie horse right now.
is from Coach Thompson's interview on Pull Up a Seat with Coach Thompson. There's 2 quotes in here. The first one is when Vegas wanted to play football, and the second one is when we went to Florida and played a team from Florida.
We went and practiced 2 hours a day, bro.
Yeah, we had
2 hours a day,
Yeah.
and woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
That pack with CJ or Vegas. Start making that pack with them.
Vegas. Listen, the first time Vegas came up into the coach's office, right? And, you know, he was super duper skinny, just really, again, shout out to Vegas. I forget his real name. Do y'all know his name?
Oh, isn't it like Steven?
I think
I
it
think
is.
it was
Steven
Steven.
something. I don't remember.
He was about $140. He was skinny. He looked goofy. He walks up and is like, I'm here to play football. And when the coach staff were all sitting there, we're like, all right, man. The first thing Smitty says is, well, have you ever played football before? He looked dead at Smitty and was dead serious. He said, no, not professionally. And we were just like, oh, God. And what he meant was like, he had to play like on an actual team.
He made play backyard football.
Right. But he said, no, not professionally. It was like, gee.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome.
Okay, buddy, you're going to fit right
And
in.
then the second quote from Coach Thompson's interview was the time we went to Florida and we played football against this team from Florida, and we went to one of their players' house, and they were really good at swimming.
That's the
It
craziest
was like a
story.
culture shock. From
It's
like
like-
both ends. It was like,
I don't
what is
even want to say,
going
but it's
on
like,
here?
it's like why did we go to like the house of like this team and like flirt with them for a little bit? And
Why
then-
are you breaking bread with the enemy? I was sitting in their house, just like, is this
In their mansion.
in their
the
mansion?
mansion? Oh my
Look,
gosh.
when that, I don't know who he raced in that pool. They had that little pool, and that big old sucker jumped in that pool. And like, first off, he jumped in, and he looked like an Olympic swimmer.
Yeah.
Like he swam underwater like a dolphin, about 3/4 of the length of the pool. Came up, took a breath, went back under, and then did one of those like kick flips
Yeah.
underneath the water on the pool, and then like and did the same thing back underwater. Like, and I was just like, they're gonna kill us. Like,
Just from watching him swim. Like,
yeah, I was like, oh, God, we don't got anything for that.
I was like,
bro.
half our team can't swim.
Right. He did the Michael Phelps flex on us that day, and I knew that was some athleticism that we were going to really struggle.
Yep.
We're going to really struggle with that. Like,
That was number 5. Any thoughts on that? Commentary? Anything? Okay, we'll move on to number 4. Our top 4 moment of Tales to the Table is Bowen Can't Kill Boone from the episode Bowen Can't Kill Boone. It's pretty much the whole episode. It's got a few votes, few suggestions in our poll. So if you haven't listened to the whole episode, it's only like 20 minutes long. But when Bowen can't kill Boone, the ending is what most people's favorite was. So we'll go to that.
Bowen, get up here.
So he was following you up there.
Okay, so Bowen.
He's not a zombie. He's like a person.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he's
so
following you
he's
up there.
a person.
So then you see that
Takes me
you're
longer.
like, man, I killed Matthew, and then you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
I killed Paul. Like,
you're like,
I'm
oh, I
in a
killed
distraught
Paul.
state.
You're like distraught. Bowen's distraught, and then you're looking at each other, and then Bowen's like,
what do you know? What do you do, Bowen? What do you do?
I don't think I'm. But then I realize my mood changes. I get a little happier, a little twinkle in my eye, a little smirk, some may call
Oh
it.
yeah.
I reach into my pocket only to reveal a plane ticket from the great country of Canada.
So
And you may ask yourself, why were you in Canada, Bowen? When was this plane ticket from?
why are you showing this to me right now?
And I'll quite frankly say, it was me.
What was
It was me. The whole thing. The Canadian zombies. The
whole outbreak?
The whole outbreak. I went up there. I started the whole thing. I made sure they got Paul first.
So why did you start the zombie
Well, essentially,
apocalypse?
so I could prove that I could kill you.
Oh, so now I'm laying down distraught. I've shot both my friends.
Both of them.
My bald friend is turned against me in
Couldn't
a
be
revolt
happier.
of zombies. And you've done all of this to prove the point at the beginning of the episode that you could kill me.
Yeah.
I guess if all of this was to happen, there is some slight chance that you could start a zombie apocalypse and you could kill me because now I'm physically unable to fight back. And
Now that you know
so how
I
would you
started
kill me?
it.
Give me the emotional kill. Like
Now that you know.
I'm laying on top of this gym roof, our
Yeah.
base roof, and you're up there with me. You showed me the plane ticket. I'm probably crying
Yeah.
because I've killed Paul and Matthew for no reason whatsoever now.
It's just me and you that you know of. We're the last two humans that even know are alive.
Yep.
So what do? I just jump off the top. Now that you know that I started it, I'm okay. It's all I needed. I jump off, and now you're left alone, and I leave you just to your. It's like a mind jail
So you,
of
so
just
you,
zombies.
you mentally killed me. Like it wasn't like a physical kill.
No. It'll eventually drive you there.
It'll drive you there?
drive you.
that was one of our darker episodes, but it was funny.
Now that I think about it, I think I would have to to kill myself jumping off of the top of our gym. I would have to go like head. It's not that high. I was just thinking about it. I was
No,
like,
you would die, Bowen. What are you talking about?
It's
bro?
like 40
it's like 4
feet.
stories, dude.
yeah, but I mean, you'd have to
You
be.
die.
You would hurt.
You're gonna die.
But there's zombies down there.
That's true. There's zombies down there.
All I know about this episode is when we get YAWG started, we're definitely gonna have to have a part 2 of this and continue the trilogy. It would start a trilogy of Bowen can't kill Boone, but just like a whole different plot, like an anthology telling the same story. Bowen's trying to can't kill me, but it's a different story. I'd be down for that.
My thoughts on that are that I wrote the whole thing and we rehearsed it. We were like, Bowen, when we get to this point, you're going to say this. And then you said something completely different, and we had to edit it to switch to when you reset it.
I didn't know why I had to take it. I forgot.
And you're like, I had to take it because, and then you went off on some other tangent that I forgot what it was, and I was like, no, Bowen, that's not why you had to take it.
Yeah, I remember that. It was like that Patrick meme. Like
Yeah.
when you tell Bay, he knew exactly what to say, and he just couldn't say it.
But I think that would make a good short film or movie or TV show. That ending right there. That's a good
Definitely
ending.
would.
So that was number 4. Number 3 is from our episode Don't Go Chasing Wendigos, the episode about the time that Matt, our other friend Matt, not me, Boone and Bowen got chased by what they think is a Wendigo. And it's the moment in the story when Bowen just abandons Boone and Matt at the side of the Wendigo.
Outrun me, I'm big scary cat. Like if you outrun me, I'm going to hurt you. Like I will take you out. Like I would take you out so the thing gets you first. I mean, I guess didn't believe me. Whatever it went through his mind, he probably thought that the moment it would never happen. Well, it came, and so Matt was running, and I took that stick and swung as hard as I
Squeals.
could onto his right shoulder, and he squeals out and then falls over. And I'm telling you, the nail stabbed him fully in the shoulder, and he goes and falls over in pain, just yelping out. And I just jet on past him with my slow self. I jet on past him, and I'm running there. Bowen's already got the car started up. I'm sure Bowen wanted the car to take off. I jumped in the car. Matt comes back. He's like, dude, you freaking stabbed me, dude. You stabbed me. I was like, I know, Matt. It's just what happened. He's like, I understand. And that's what me and Matt looked at each other, and we knew that's how scary what we saw happen.
Yeah, I
It's
really
like-
don't remember Matt being mad at all about it.
He wasn't mad at all. Like he had full respect because he knew Matt was just an innocent man trying to survive, and I was an innocent man trying to survive, and somebody's gonna die. And unfortunately, if the thing wanted to come get Matt, it was gonna get Matt, not me, because I had to make sure that didn't happen.
But that was number 3. If you haven't listened to that whole episode, go listen to that whole episode because it's a good story and it's funny. And spooky. It's also been mentioned in multiple other episodes that we've had.
And a Reddit thread.
And a Reddit
Shout
thread.
out Mo.
Shout out Mo. Lots of upvotes on that Reddit thread. Coming in at our number 2 spot from the episode We're Back, Jack, where we recorded an episode in Indiana with our close friend and Bowen's family member, Jack, where we came up with our own conspiracy theory called The Government Controls Heights Through Mirrors.
But we were looking at pictures of Bowen, and Bowen's always thought in his little brain, he thought, I'm 6 foot. And he thought, we did JFK, but let's do it here. He's driving to Lincoln. Let's do all the math. Bang, they crunch the numbers like the Egyptians did.
No, this is like they're trying to throw us off the trail. If we put all these little coincidences in there, they're going to look somewhere else, not at us.
Correct.
Except it made us look directly.
Okay,
at
so
them.
my new this is just me proposing one. I want a Tales of the Table conspiracy of our own. Here's what it is. I was talking about it earlier with Bowen. But we were looking at pictures of Bowen, and Bowen's always thought in his little brain, he thought, I'm 6 foot. And he thought he was 6 foot with me. He has always been a little shorter. But then there was a few pictures, and I get camera angles, but there's a few pictures where he was way shorter. Like he was just too short. And I was like, okay, what's going on here? Like his height is changing so much. And I was like, here's what I think. I was like, you ever notice when you go to the doctor's office, they're always using this old, like 100-year-old scale when there's all these digital stuff and they're using that. The thing I think, the doctors are using it to change our height for some reason. That's where I need you all to step in. Why? Help me make a conspiracy theory. Get people behind it. We can get big off of this conspiracy theory.
They're not changing. Maybe the doctor's office is the only place that our height stays the same because they're using that
I
ancient
don't know if
technology.
the thing is the same because Bowen has somehow, I've seen the man, he ain't changed.
So my height
But
has to change at the
somehow
doctor's
he has
office.
moved heights multiple times in his lifetime. And I thought the same thing. I was like, man, I thought I was looking pretty tall against Matthew the other day. Shoes off, keep in mind. Then all of a sudden Matthew starts looking the same height as me.
Altered.
I'm offended.
No. Our number 2 moment. Any thoughts
Tell them
on
what my
that?
dad said on Monday
Yeah.
to actually support the theory.
He said, Boone,
What'd
have
he
you ever
say?
looked at yourself in the mirror and think, I look good here? And then you see yourself in like a a window, like it's a regular piece of glass, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, that
It's
happens,
got to
yep.
be the mirrors. That happens to me.
The
'cause, like,
government can't control the windows.
they can't control the windows. They can only control the mirrors. So, have you ever seen a mirror manufacturing
shit.
plant? Because I haven't.
I haven't seen one of those. Like I said, a lot of these are gonna have to be revisited in YAWG with a
Yeah.
much more intellectual
Be
lens,
refined, yes.
and we can refine.
That's sort of the idea. We're gonna rebirth Tales of the Table through a different lens in YAWG, with
like
more
a
focus,
phoenix from the ashes.
better, like a phoenix from the ashes. That's a great analogy.
Like a bald eagle from the. I don't know.
I like how you use the
Empire
Eagles
State
because
Building.
you know the Eagles are in the playoffs. Yeah,
I was
more
thinking like the bald part. That's a funny name though. Balder than a bald eagle, Bowen. Balder than a bald eagle, Bowen.
It's way too long. It's like Tales of the Table.
Or you could just
Balder
say bald
than an
eagle, Bowen. You just say bald eagle Bowen. That would be definitely if we had the zombie apocalypse and I had we had Flappy Bird 1 used to, now it's updated to Bald Eagle 1, and that's definitely goes with you. I could just be like Bald Eagle when you'll know that's your code name.
I like
You'll
it.
know.
I like it. I dig it.
Okay. For our
That's a
number
pretty
one
good nickname. I mean,
Bald eagle.
for our number one moment is voted on by 4 whole people. 4 people sent this in. The 4 people that we asked all ranked this as their number one. And it is from the episode, it's Raining Gas Station TVs, and it's Capitalist Matthew. I also turned this into a trailer, so it's going to be easier to do because it's just the trailer for our show on Spotify.
Mortgage
Okay.
and student
So
loan.
to get back on track of your question that you just demolished, you asked us what would we like for someone to hack instead of the gas pipeline. Well, mine actually has to do with gas. So whenever you're going, you pull up and you get to the gas pump, they have those little screens. They have those like little gas station TV ads. I absolutely hate those because they're so stupid and they make you think you're going to get a little good TV, a little good content, and it's always stupid. It is always so stupid. Like last one I saw was like how the killer wasps aren't actually killers or something stupid. No, I think someone should hack that and then give us some good content. Maybe throw some Breaking Bad on there. Maybe throw some Game of Thrones for you guys, or maybe some NFL highlights. That would be awesome. That's what I
So
would
if you could hack anything you wanted, you choose gas station TV screens.
No, that's a good one. I don't know if I've ever agreed more with him in my entire life.
Those are
He was
like
just preaching
the
right to me.
Speedway
I
ads.
hate
Those are stupid.
Speedway.
Yeah.
Speedway
hate
is all,
'em.
and they're so loud. If you go at night, sometimes it's just you, and all the TVs are going. It's almost like eerie. Like,
It
what
is. It's very.
just
They're
that
like
lady.
talking to you, and I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
shut up. Just let me get my gas and go. Don't pretend like you're going to give me something enjoyable here. Okay.
I remember being hyped too. I was like, "Oh dang, we got TVs." On
But
the
could
gas
you imagine,
station.
Bone?
It's a gas
Dream this up with me. You go pull up. It's game day. You pull in. You push in your card. You pull it out. Get gas in your car. It's going. It's pumping. And all of a sudden it goes. You hear the crowd noise go on. All of a sudden it shows freaking who's that? Chase Claypool catching this one-handed touchdown. You're like, dang, okay. And you start to pay attention. They can start throwing in the stupid ads after that. Oh, you can get a Snickers bar for $2.99 plus tax. They can throw that in after you get to see the awesome things that you want to see.
That's not a
what
hack,
I'm saying.
though. That's like a design.
I'm saying they could hack it.
It's hackable.
Why
though.
would the
It's
hackers
hackable.
put ads in there after they just hacked for the sole reason of not having ads?
Because they were just so annoyed.
They
by
were
the
so
pro-
annoyed that this
the
was so
program
bad.
that's
They were like,
currently
I
being
can do it
played.
so much better.
So they're gonna hack it to program it to read
Listen,
the.
all I'm saying is I guarantee you, if that happened, Bowen's buying that $2.99 Snicker bar. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it's
I
a
would
good
pay
idea,
attention
but
a lot
you're gonna
more.
have to get it to be able to recognize like who's at the gas pump.
So we're going to need facial
No, I
recognition.
was okay with but I was okay with your like it being like Breaking Bad or something.
Just
Yeah,
TV.
that'd be
You roll
sick.
up.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I
just
was
like
that's dope.
constantly playing. Like you could just
Yeah.
sit there and pull up a lawn chair and be
Yeah,
like,
then you just
"Oh,
have, like-
don't mind me, bro.
You
Don't
just have
mind me, bro."
then
I'm
the
just-
gas stations could turn into like hangout spots. Be like, let's go meet at the gas station pump.
And then
watch
they're making
TV
money
tonight.
because you're gonna want snacks while you're eating. You're gonna
It's
want
like
snacks while you're watching Breaking
it's
Bad.
almost
so
like
you go in the gas station.
a place you can go
That's
to
true.
watch movies that sells snacks.
And you can get gas.
But
I mean,
much cheaper
And gas.
snacks, and you can get gas.
Yeah.
everything you want is all there, and they're missing this opportunity. All right, my hackers out there, get on top of it.
It has all the allure of like a drive-in, but it's like your own personal drive-in for snacks.
Just at that gas, and it's pretty exclusive. I mean, there's like 10 of those in that area. Only
Yeah,
a certain amount of people can pull up. Then they can start selling passes. Like, this is your pass. You can only this person can watch movies at this gas pump.
Look, there goes capitalist Matthew Always trying to make it.
That's me, capitalist Matthew.
Capitalist Matthew. That would be Matthew's super. If Matthew was a superhero, capitalist Matthew to the rescue.
What would I be rescuing? What would I do? What would be my powers as a capitalist?
Well, I don't know much about politics, so we could come up with some good powers for you, buddy.
That's in economics. My power is what would it be? Capitalist, super capitalist. I'm gonna exploit the poor. That's what I'll do. I'll exploit the poor.
Wait, doesn't capitalism like trickle down economics? Isn't that what it is? So Matthew flies around and he just goes trickle down,
Trickle down.
He just goes- Trickle
I'm gonna
down.
trickle down on people.
Trickle. And you go around, you just like with your fingers and everything flying above people. Like a poor person's literally like starving in the street. You're like, trickle down.
Just like just sprinkle them with some water. Just like,
What is this? How does this
trickle
help?
down?
How does this? Yes, they're so confused. They're like, how does this help? What are you doing? He's like, it helps. Trust me. Just let it
trickle.
do its thing. Let it.
We're selling movies at gas stations now. Just get a little wet.
let it trickle down.
Ed.
Well, I want to hear Bowen's hack.
No, I want him to hack Bitcoin for just a second,
should've
so
just
everybody
added
freaks
the
out and the
mine
price
hole
goes down and I can get in
Hacked
on it.
out.
So pure greed. Pure greed is your motive.
Well, listen, people will
Mine
be
benefits the world. Okay,
It doesn't benefit
yours
everybody.
benefits you.
The world. I'm
Okay,
pretty
it
sure
does
only
benefit
America
everybody.
has gas station TVs.
Yeah, but come on now.
Okay,
Who's
you got
Marvel
me there.
always trying to save?
That's true.
Who would be my arch nemesis? Like, it would be super communism. What would they do?
No, I just got Matthew's trickle down. So Matthew flies
Trickle.
over to to trickle down. Matthew flies over to like the middle of Africa, and like these people are like just not like impoverished, and like he goes and he like sits down a gas station with a TV on it. He said trickle down, and then they're like, "How does this help? What are you doing?" He was like, "Trickle down."
No, you don't understand. There's a membership.
When Bowen said, "But wait, there's a membership," that was the hardest I've laughed in a long time. That was so funny. And the way
You
Boone
don't get
kept
it.
saying "trinkle" over and over again.
That's good stuff, man.
So that was our number one episode. If you listen to that, that's the best you're gonna get out of Tales of the Table. But it's gonna get even better once I stop sharing this Spotify tab and we move on to YAWG. So
YAWG.
to end off Tales of the Table, when we're recording this, it's currently January 5th. We're going to try and record it last week, but it didn't work out. So we're going to go ahead and do our New Year's resolutions, if we have any. I have a couple. And then we will give you some more information on YAWG and when you can what you can expect and when you can expect it at the end. But New Year's resolutions, my number one New Year's resolution is to lose weight, just like every year. But this year it's going to work. Number two,
Didn't we already go through this? It's just an endless cycle, Matthew. It's
It
never
is.
going to end. You're going to turn into a robot, and it's not going to work for you.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. You're going to be a robot. Screw a diet.
forgot that. What was that from? When after you lose weight and then chop off my arm.
I don't even remember. I think it was a random intro topic we did.
Yes. And then second resolution, I started a new job in February. Anyone I work with, it hasn't been announced yet, so don't tell anybody yet. But if you hover over my name, it says the other part of the company that I work for already. So I started a job, so I want to do well in that and enjoy that. Number 3, I want to grow the podcast. I'll move the podcast up to number 2. I want to grow the podcast, make it higher quality, make it better. Maybe one day, if we get lucky, we can make this our jobs. But we need your help, audience, to grow the podcast, and we'll do our part by making it better and more consistent. And that was all my new resolutions for the podcast.
Pretty good. How much weight are you trying to lose?
75 pounds.
You upped it since the last time I asked you.
What was it last time? I probably gained weight.
70, I think.
That's great. That's great.
Okay, who wants to go next?
Boone, do you have any?
I'm assuming we want to be funny. I don't really have any funny things. I'd like to grow the podcast. I'd like to definitely.
Number one.
I want to at least get us going where we can get videos edited with cool things implemented inside.
Amber's gonna.
Like I said,
One of Amber's things that she wants to do is figure out how to do Premiere Pro like Adobe. So she can probably do that and take something off your plate, Bowen. You can work with the planning if you want to be a stand-up comedian.
If Amber could figure out a way to do it without having to do it separately, then that would be dope, and I would actually be down to like switch it over or whatever.
Yeah.
it couldn't have been that hard. Bowen does sound like a little crybaby. Like, did Bowen sound like?
No, if you don't look at any of the podcasts that people were doing during quarantine when they was like this, none of them were all like, "Woo, cool looking."
I don't want.
It's all the ones impersonal.
I literally just want like, if Matthew's talking about Game of Thrones, to literally just pull up an image of a White Walker, like while it pulls up live on screen.
That's going to be editing, so that takes a little while. So we'll have that in the
talking about
podcast.
dreams, my aspirations. Man.
So what's your next New Year's resolution? Number one is podcast. Beat out baby.
No, the baby's not like a New Year's resolution. It just happens. New Year's resolution is just trying something you're trying to change. I can't really change that. She's coming here either way.
It could be make sure my baby doesn't die in the first year. That's a good resolution.
I'm not going to say that out loud.
I mean, you can help it.
Let's
Being a good
see.
dad.
Teach you how to pee in the
throw it
toilet.
over.
I guess being a good dad would be one. Be a New Year's resolution. I guess that counts.
It's cute.
Thank you.
My resolution this year is I'm going to come out of the closet. No. My New Year's resolution.
At this point, I don't know.
My New Year's resolution. Mine's physical too, though. But I've never had a goal. I've always just been like, I just want to work out, whatever. But I figured it out. I want to look like a D3 linebacker, middle linebacker. That's my goal. Not like, what's a D3 school?
Bowen,
in
I'm going to
Kentucky.
look for the worst looking D3 linebacker. I'm just going to show you a picture. You're going to be like, dang, I really don't want to be that.
No, but I mean like somebody who you could be like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. He played at like a high school, college.
I respect it. I respect it.
It's a good one. I also built my home gym over the last couple months, so been working out. I'm going to catch up to. I'm going to lift more weights than all of you guys next year. But first, I got to buy
Pick
more
'em
weights.
up.
I don't have that many. So anyway, we'll get back into the YAWG details. Explain the YAWG. So we don't really have a timeline yet. We're working on that. We want to have a successful and high quality launch. So be on the lookout. You're not gonna have to refollow anybody. You're not gonna have to find a new podcast. We're just gonna change the name and our graphics of our social media accounts and our podcasts and stuff. So it'll all work the same, but you'll have a different name. And the episodes will be better. The social media will be better, and we will be better. We promise.
Wait, isn't there that Bon Jovi song, Dead or Alive, says that it's like, it's all the same. Only the names have changed.
It's all the same. Only the names will change. Bon Jovi, Joshua Boone, and now I'm saying it. So, thank you guys. We'll see you guys next time. We'll be a whole new podcast. We'll be better. And by the end of next year, we'll be famous. Peace out. Love you guys.
This is the easiest podcast we've ever had to record.